Boker Tov, good morning. We continue with our 3-minute daily dose of Torah, and I wanted to have us analyze one more piece of that story we've been looking at that's quoted in the Gemara Gittin, the story of Bar Kamtza and the host that leads to ultimately the destruction of the Beit HaMikdash. I want to have us look specifically at what happens with the sacrifice that Bar Kamtza is bringing from Caesar. Remember what he in order to gain to exact revenge against everyone and the whole religious community who he sees as complicit in his humiliation. He goes to the Caesar, to the Caesar, and tells him that the Jews are rebelling. What do you mean? How do you tell me that? I don't see any signs of the rebellion. He says, I'll prove it to you. Send a sacrifice with me to be offered in their temple, and they'll reject it, and that's the sign that they are rebelling against you. So he does. He sends this beautiful animal with him, and it says, "Bahade ka'ati shada be'muma b'niv sfatayim." He as he's taking this animal with him, he makes a a blemish, b'niv sfatayim, somewhere in the inner part of the lip, v'amila bedukin sheba'ayin, and those who say he somehow on the underside of his eyelid, duchta. That's a place that for us Jews, we consider that a mum, and for the Romans, it was not considered to be a blemish. Such a great move, right? Because you say, prove it. Right? You say, we couldn't bring it, it's blemished. And when the Romans say it's not blemished, and you say, yes, it is, and they say, well, I don't see anything. You say, well, look, under the eye and the lip, and he said that doesn't count, and we're going to have a dispute as to what's the halacha of sacrifices. It's going to be a mess. That's why the sages knew they were in deep trouble when this animal was brought there. but there's something symbolic, as some commentaries note, in what we're laying out here. It's not merely that he finds a spot that that is for them a nothing and for us a something, but it's rather something about the eyes and something about the lips. And here we go to the other party to this story, the Chachamim, the sages who were gathered at the party, right? Who were there present, and were witness to what happened and didn't protest, which is what he says. I see they didn't protest. They must agree with my humiliation. But it's in that moment that indeed the fate is sealed, because their eyes saw, and yet their lips didn't speak. And so the blemish is placed underneath the eye or in the lips as the damning statement. Sages, Chachamim, you saw and you should have spoken up. And yesterday, we referenced Rabbi Elazar's teaching that how damning and how powerfully destructive is the kocha shel busha, which we basically in term to mean it's shame, but in terms of humiliation, you humiliate someone, God will stand on his side. But it might also have to do with meekness, a little different than our other reference about anvetanuta, meekness. That look, we're at our host's feast. It's not for us to speak up. They are mitbayesh. They are themselves feel uncomfortable to protest, and that's the moment that a person has to. That is the test of an individual. In the moment when a wrong is being done, do you speak up? And you see it. Do you speak up or not? And if you don't, then you are complicit. Wow, that's really powerful. I've myself in life found that I did not have the courage in certain occasions that one I can still think about when something happened, someone spoke in a way that was devastating to another, and I didn't speak up and protest, and I carry around guilt for that always. And that's the lesson here, to have the courage to protest in the moment that a wrong is being done. That's where we're being told, if you have to find it, if you find it, then the temple is rebuilt. That's the koach we should find today. Have a great day.